Welcome along to Shanghai, ladies and gentlemen, where it's Chinese Grand Prix weekend. But before we can race, we need to qualify. And who's going to take that coveted pole position? How will our grid line up? We're about to find out. Welcome to qualifying.
Hey everyone, we're back here in China, round 2 of the Drivers' Career Season 1. Last time out, we finished P1 in Australia. We currently lead the championship. Excellent start to the season. Here we are looking to keep it up, get more points, finish on the podium, hopefully win. We are in the Aston Martin, and right now we are starting our sprint qualifying lap, opening lap of the SQ1. Yeah, this is a sprint weekend here in China. It's a very tricky circuit, very tricky traction zones throughout the snail sections. But I've driven here, picked up the circuit like decently, and as we get halfway through our lap in the middle of sector 2. Looking pretty good on those medium tires. Overcast weather, tire temps are not too high. People setting best laps left and right. Russell 1:36.1. Yeah. Just trying to put in a good lap so I can get into Q2, but I'm feeling pretty comfortable around this circuit. As we approach the end of the back straight, we brake on time, picking up traction, nice and tidy. Through the last corner, a bit conservative, not to get track limits, and we set the quickest time of the SQ1 for now, 1:36.0. Very good, like less than a tenth quicker than George Russell. Very good lap. Alright, we comfortably got through SQ1, which brings us to sprint qualifying 2 as we move past our main rival in George Russell, as he fights us to who's going to begin our lap first. Bit of a scrambling here in qualifying, sprint qualifying. But we go ahead and we are going to start our lap first. But yeah, the circuit had other plans. We got track limits before the start of the lap, so immediately invalidated. So we had to quickly teleport back to the pits and back onto the circuit. Okay, let's try this again. 3 minutes until the end of the session, so we are going to comfortably start our lap. The pressure is on us, of course. We are, as it stands, we are right on the edge of elimination, so we just need a solid and safe lap here to enter SQ2. Yeah, turn number 1, you can always dive really quickly into it. Very tricky. A lot of time is gained or lost here in turns number 1 and 2. very tricky. Very just like the last, in the last sector, the snail section, final snail section. That you are able to like put in the best lap of your life only if you nail that one perfectly. it's very difficult to pick up traction there, and it's very, very important because it leads onto the back straight. Speaking of which, here we are at that very corner over here. Very, very difficult to kind of not spin around. But yeah, I think this is a solid lap that is going to put us into SQ3. Not trying to risk anything too much at this point. Just trying to stop the car on time, pick up traction and go cruise it to the finish line. The car is good. I think I managed to get one improvement onto the car. So we are good. P7, I'll take it. Yeah, we are. I think we're just ahead of our teammate. Rather good lap, safe lap. Yeah, that's what we needed. Okay, end of SQ2. We are just ahead of our teammate who is in P9. Max has the quickest time, 1:35.6. Very, very quick. Alright, let's see what we can do in sprint qualifying 3. We are here in our first run. For the first time on soft tires this weekend. As we look to start our lap, we got the tires warmed up and everything is ready to go. Over here we are fighting for pole position. I think we can get pole position here in China. One of my strongest circuits. I'm still in the process of learning all of the circuits. The last one I was messing around with in time trial, excuse me, is Baku, which is very, very, very difficult circuit, especially that turn 15. You just can't get the braking zone is slightly downhill, so and you can't see the corner actually, and you have to start braking on time, but not too soon, since you are going to lose a lot of time. Very, very difficult. Excuse me, very, very difficult circuit. Here in China, this China circuit is it is tricky, but not as Baku. Baku is very, very difficult. I was spending time in Baku and in Monaco, two very difficult circuits. So came back here to China on my territory that I already know, very, very familiar territory, and yeah, I felt really, really good throughout this qualifying sessions. Russell 1:34.8, I believe. Very, very quick lap times. I hope to get into the top 5. Here I end up in P2, which is amazing. And then I didn't have time to put in another lap. I tried, but I didn't have time. So yeah, we are starting this this race 800s behind George Russell, behind us Charles Leclerc, which is amazing.
It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head into the braking zone of turn 14. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And Domino completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Piastri, Carlos Sainz, and Hamilton. Verstappen, Norris, Fernando Alonso and Nico Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Hadja, Liam Lawson and Antonelli, Albon, Gasly, Esteban Ocon and Ollie Behrman, Bortoletto and Franco Colapinto rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out.
Okay,
All right.
I know what you can do.
Let's try and get some points here in the sprint. It's going to be a tight battle for the title. I don't know if I will be in the title fight until the end of the season, but in these opening races, I'm doing very good, and I'm trying to keep it that way. As we have the 5 red lights, and away we go. The mediocre start, but that's okay. We retained P2 as we approach George Russell into turn number 1, and very opportunistic move, taking the lead of the sprint race. Very nice, very clean into that first corner, taking the inside line. Now my job is, of course, to stay ahead, hopefully run away with it if I can, but I highly doubt it. Of course, starting on the medium tires for 10 laps. Softs would die after 5 or 6 laps. I believe those final few laps will be really difficult to have decent pace as Oscar Piastri overtakes George Russell. They were side by side into turn number 2, I believe, and out of the corner Piastri was able to get ahead of George. So George Russell losing actually 2 positions in the first sector of the opening lap, as we are now trying to get into our groove. The tires are still cold. Let's just take this easy. Already Charles Leclerc making some moves, getting into P2, who is currently 1.8 seconds behind, so we have quite a comfortable lead into the sprint race. There shouldn't be any issues managing this, but we will see. This was actually my first race of the day, and I didn't do any warm-up, so I believe I can go quicker with some practice, but I didn't feel like practicing. I just jumped straight into this race. The quali went really good, considering it was without practice, being P2. That is very nice, but usually I am better in qualifying than I am in race, which I am working on. In the race I have to manage different things. I have to manage tires, I have to manage fuel, I have to manage, I have to strategize, do I do 1 stop, do I do 2 stop, and then I tend to overthink. As tire wear gets becomes more and more impactful on the race, I tend to not adapt so well. So yeah, a lot of things that I can work on. Pace, of course. I'm not really quick, but I'm decent, I believe. The AI difficulty is on 90, I believe, and I'm running without any assist, which is, I think, quite decent. I'm going at my own pace. Talking about pace, Charles Leclerc takes the fastest lap of the race with 138. Point, I didn't see it quite well, but he's slightly quicker than us, probably inside 2/10. Currently 1.3 seconds behind, so he's gaining on us. He gained 5/10 just on that second lap. We need to pick up the pace if we are going to stay ahead, but very inconsistent opening laps here in the sprint. Hopefully we're gonna get better in the second half this short race. If if he catches me, if I finish maybe P2 or PT, I'll be satisfied with a podium here. They are in the quicker cars, so yeah, me just being 1.2 seconds ahead is already a tremendous thing. I'll just try and give it my best. Of course, now I was focusing solely on managing the battery and not losing too much time, because if you waste your battery here, if you spend it and you get onto the back straight without any battery, and you don't have the DRS, you will be very slow. You will be a sitting duck, and Leclerc will catch up. In that case, would catch up inside one lap. Okay, Charles now in the DRS, and now I was starting to overthink stuff as he dances around that 1 second threshold, but I was focused on that time. I wasn't focusing on the race that much, on my race, which is a mistake. It is only going to make me slower, but you live, you learn. 6 tenths, 5 tenths behind Charles Leclerc. He's on my back now, and now we are going to focus on defending against Charles. We may even have to do some defensive maneuvers down the end of the back straight. We will see what happens as we lose traction and wobble. Those are the traction zones that I mentioned that are very difficult. And I made a slight mistake on that back straight, and Charles Leclerc is slowly but surely approaching us towards the back straight as he overtakes us nicely and in a clean manner. We are quicker out of the following corner, side by side into turn 1, and we have some contact here, and I have damage, of course. As we take another look at the collision, very tricky situation, but I think it is my fault. I was squeezing him too much to the inside. If he had left me space, if he had turned at the same time as me, I think he probably would have been off the track. So yeah, I think this collision is on me. It didn't seem so, but when I saw the replay, yeah, as we have to defend the following corner, as we have to defend from George Russell as well, we managed to stay ahead, but now we have to finish. We have 5 more laps to go. We are driving without the left end plate. So yeah, now from winning this race, the objective is to survive and to hopefully stay on the podium, maybe. Yeah, I really didn't need that collision. It wasn't really a big brain decision for me to try and re-overtake on that final corner. It's a very high speed corner, very difficult to overtake there. I could have just backed out, been patient, waited for the turn 1, or as we almost crash into the back of Charles Leclerc. We run wide at the end of the back straight, and we managed to stay ahead of George Russell as damage is really hindering us, and George Russell overtakes us and Oscar Piastri on the other side, and we fall down to P4. This race has turned into a as we make contact with the back of Oscar Piastri, so I'm totally rattled now. I just need to regain my composure, adapt to the car now that is damaged, and just finish this race. I was really panicking here at this moment. but I have to work on regaining my composure when things not go my way. Things are, of course, not always going to go my way as we collide with Oscar Piastri again. Yeah, I just need to calm down at this point. Yeah, really unnecessary mistake by me. I could have been more patient, could have re-overtaken him anywhere, like maybe back straight, DRS straights, turn number 1. Yeah, plenty of overtaking opportunities there, like quite a few obvious overtaking opportunities here. But yeah, it is what it is. We are here in P4 trying to regain composure. George Russell, very interesting race story. Fell back 2 spots from P1. Now he is again challenging Charles Leclerc for that P1, and he manages to get it. Very good move, very clean move. So fell from P1 to P3. Now again back in P1 inside 7 laps. Very good drive from the British star driver. Excuse me. As we are trying to just close in on Oscar Piastri, regain some battery and prepare for the overtake on that back straight. Yeah, I thought about my move and I just decided to, if I am going to make this move happen on Oscar Piastri, I will do it in a clean manner, in a part of the circuit on the straight where it's not going to slow us down. Neither of us, because Hamilton is 3 seconds behind, so he's basically far away, but yeah, right now I am not really in a good headspace to be consistent. I'm just trying to get this over with. And hopefully, okay, as Oscar Piastri makes some big mistakes, some good wobbling from Oscar Piastri in front of us, and he is vulnerable for the overtake into the back straight. We have DRS, we have plenty of battery, getting that slipstream and taking the outside line, being braver on the brakes, and we overtake Oscar Piastri. Very good overtake, very opportunistic. He made quite a lot of mistakes out of that final corner, big mistakes, and we saved enough battery and we overtook Oscar for P3. So 2 laps to go. I'm currently giving it my best to catch up to the leading pair here in George Russell and Charles Leclerc. They are battling it out here in these final 2 laps of the sprint race. As our teammate is out of the session, so very disappointing here for the team. We are on the podium, but as it is, we are on the podium. But very tough news for our much more experienced colleague, fellow driver. He doesn't have any luck in this race. Maybe in the main race he will have more luck. Yeah, probably a mechanical failure, an engine failure or something. I don't know. So he's washed ashore. He has stopped on track before turn 1. So yeah, yellow flag in turn 1, which is going to hinder our overtaking opportunities, since there are of course no overtaking opportunities. No overtaking allowed inside that turn 1. Now as we overtake, George Russell tried to get the move done again into the final corner, and we didn't manage to do it. It was very bold, very optimistic, and now we are vulnerable again to Oscar Piastri. We squeeze him to the inside into turn number 1. We managed to stay ahead. Very risky move on George Russell, which didn't pay off, but we didn't suffer any major consequences. Following that move. So yeah, I can be grateful for that. Penultimate lap of the race. We are in P3 now at this moment, just trying to stay ahead of Oscar, who is chasing a podium here in this sprint race. Yeah, and just trying to bring it home on the podium. George Russell is already outside of the DRS, so yeah, we are not catching. That move on the previous lap on George Russell turned out to be quite costly because we lost the DRS to George. But yeah, now just trying to save enough battery, deploy now on the back straight everything I can just to defend from Oscar and get the car stopped on time just to stay ahead of that rapid McLaren. But we are defending from the second quickest car. Red Bull, I think now is the Red Bull or McLaren, I think is the quickest on the grid here in the simulation, as Oscar gets the overtake done, flies right past us into the turn number 1, but we re-overtake him into turn number 2. Very, very good moves from both of us. Very, very good. He flew right past me into that turn number 1, but we managed to re-overtake into turn number 2 as we defend the inside line in turn number 4 and stay ahead. Big battles between me and Oscar Piastri for this podium in the sprint. Very, very good stuff indeed. So McLaren, yeah, I'm battling here the quickest car, probably the quickest car on the circuit. And I have damage, so very, very vulnerable. You know, so this is no easy task. As Oscar falls back out of the DRS on this back straight, as we manage to fully recharge our battery for the final push across the back straight in this sprint race. Yeah, it looks like we are going to bring this home in P3. I am quite satisfied with this result. We even managed to pick up damage on lap 4 with that collision of Charles Leclerc, which was probably my fault. Let me know what you think down in the comments about the race, about the qualifying sessions. Where can I improve? Where do I lack? What do I lack in my driving, in my general driving prowess? In which departments do I lack skill? Do I lack pace? Do I lack maybe some composure? Yeah, feel free to give me any tips and tricks on how to be quicker in this game. I'm still a mere beginner. Yeah, as we finish in P3, 6 solid points. Very, very satisfied. Our teammate, unfortunately, didn't finish the race. Very unfortunate. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this sprint race. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, drop a like and subscribe, and I will be seeing you in the main race, or to be more exact, the qualifying for the main race. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will be seeing you. Bye bye.